has a reason. Baby, let it come to you. Every soul, every season lives outside of status quo. If we stop believing we're meant to be, expanding our abilities. If the passion's gone, we are doing it wrong. Baby, you and I should start living now. With the whole world at our feet, we could stay or we could leave. There is nothing in between. So baby, we should start living now. 'Cause we only have this life. Wanna laugh and wanna cry. I don't wanna waste my time. So baby, we should start living now. Baby, we should start living now. We are close, can you feel it? Something is behind the clouds. We just have to believe it, that we can make the sun come out. Let us lose ourselves in a fairy tale. Who can say what's wrong or right? We're the only ones who can decide. Baby, you and I should start living now. With the whole world at our feet, we could stay or we could leave. There is nothing in between. So baby, we should start living now. 'Cause we only have this life. Wanna laugh and wanna cry. I don't wanna waste my time. So baby, we should start living now. Baby, we should start living now. Baby, we should start living now. I don't wanna waste my time. So baby, we should start living now. Baby, we should start living now. Baby, we should start living now. Baby, we should start living now.
right, guys, I'm back. I know, I missed you guys. It's been a while since I've done Q&A with the Hombre. Took a little sabbatical, working on some things, some new content ideas, and working on some things for the Tequila Barrel and Agave Collective. So it took some time for me. Let's get this out of here. This summer, and so I also had to take care of some things with some family, because, you know, of course, family should always come first. But you guys are my family, and I wanted to make sure I get back here and talk to you guys, so, and answer your questions, and spend some time making myself available for you, because that's one of the things I love doing as the Tequila Hombre is, you know, answering your questions and having some discussions about things, and trying to also clear up some misinformation that's out there as well. So as you guys know, if you're a subscriber to the channel, you are welcome to comment and ask questions and stuff, and I encourage you to, and I'll answer as many as I can. Happy Tequila Thursday, Hombre. Thank you so much, Ruben. Happy Tequila Thursday to you too. Chandler Husky says, do you like Primo Tequila? Just scooped up some on sale. Yes, absolutely I do. And matter of fact, if you saw, I actually was with Pedro Camarena at a liquor store here. He was visiting, and I'll be with him again not next week, week after next. No, next week. No, week after next. I'll be with him again in Guadalajara. So I know the Camarenas very well, and of course Primo's great. It comes out of 1579 El Pandillo, and everything that Felipe does there is good. You can't go wrong. So yeah, of course I do like Primo, and the sale that's at Ferment and Still right now for $49 a bottle. Crazy good price. You can't find it like online anywhere below like $71 or something like that. So if you haven't grabbed your Primo on sale for $49, go ahead and do so. They're blowing it out, and once it's sold out, it's going to be the price is going to go back up when they order more. So they changed the distributors and stuff, and so they're working on some deals, and so we were able to get a really good price on it for Ferment and Still. So for $49.99, it's a really good price for that. Grab a few bottles, and then basically what happens is you get $16 off per bottle. So you buy one bottle, and it pretty much makes your shipping free, plus you save an extra $2. So it's a good deal on Ferment and Still, so I definitely recommend grabbing some of that while it's on sale. Hey Travis Conboy, hey Hombre, happy Tequila Thursday. Hope you're aging. Oh, how's your aging at the Tapatio going? It's going good. It's going good. I'll do an update on it probably next week sometime. It's right now it's week 2, week 3 and week 2. It was the 25th is when I did it, so it's been a couple weeks still. It still needs more time. When I tried it after a week, it was still kind of rough and stuff, which happens. It's typical when you put something in a barrel, because it's moving in and out of the wood and stuff, and so it was a little rough. Things need to smooth out a little bit, so I haven't been tasting it weekly, because I pretty much know, just from my experience in playing with these staves, where the sweet spot is for me. So we're going to take a look at it. Next week, I'll try it a little bit and see where it's at. I know it needs to go for probably 4 weeks, if not longer, for Tapatio Excelencia, just because the Excelencia is very barrel strong anyways. So we'll see how it is after 3 weeks. So I'll probably do a taste of it this weekend or something sometime. So I'll keep you guys posted. Don't worry. Hey, what's up, Hombre? First time live here. Any new aging projects for you? My Yeyo with port and Fortaleza with French Oak number 3 are amazing already. 4 weeks in. Oh, nice. Yeah, the brand recommends pulling them after 4 weeks. I personally have gone 8 weeks with the French Oak, and I love it. But, you know, some people complained, I guess, that there was too much oak, you know, for them, which, you know, in with that kind of scenario, you pull the stave when it gets to the point where you're like, okay, borderline too much oak. And what I recommend really doing, until you get an idea of the sweet spot with these staves, put it in a week, then taste it, or put it in, and then after a week, taste it, see where it's at. If you like where it's at, pull it out and let it sit for a week, and then taste it again. and see if it's still where you want it to be. If not, put the stave back in and let it go for another week or two, and then pull it out and let it rest, because the wood stuff's going to be fairly new in there, and so it needs a chance to meld. And you know that too, when you pull the stave out, you want to give it 3-4 weeks to kind of marry and kind of get together and stuff before you start drinking it, because otherwise it will be oaky. Things need to settle in a little bit. It's the same thing when they pull a barrel at the distillery. They put it in a plastic tank and they let it sit there for weeks, if not months, and just let things kind of meld together and let things aerate a little bit and settle down. That's what happens at the distillery. So you'll see, if you've ever been on a tour at a distillery, when they're in the process of pulling aged tequila, you'll see these big plastic tanks that will be there in the barrel room that are filled, and they just sit there. It just sits there and gets a chance to kind of, for the flavors and stuff to marry and things to settle down after it's out of the barrel. So it's typical for that to happen. It's nothing that's particularly only for these staves. It happens with barrels too. You want to let things kind of marry and settle down. So but I do have the Tapatio Excelencia project that I'm working on. I'm just trying to decide, and maybe you guys can help me decide too on what I should do. One of the things that I'm thinking of doing is actually diluting it down to 40, since Tapatio Excelencia is 40%. It's not high proof, and this is 110. I do have the means to do that. So should I dilute it down to 40? If so, I need to figure out another bottle to use, because there'll be more, since this all came out of a liter bottle, it'll produce more than a liter. So I need to figure out what other bottle to use to bottle the remainder. But should I dilute it to 40, or should I leave it high proof and just call it a 110 Tapatio Excelencia? I know it's going to be a lot hotter than typical Excelencia, but it could be really good. I don't mind higher proof aged spirits. So so you guys let me know what you think. Fortaleza is still hard to find. I got Primo, El Tesoro, Carrera Blanco, and Still Strength. All taste great. Appreciate the suggestions. I also got Cimarron Blanco and G4 Blanco. Oh, nice. Yeah, Fortaleza. Here's the deal with Fortaleza, you guys. Just forget about it. Forget about Fortaleza. Forget about Fortaleza for now. Wipe it out of your head. Just let it go. Forget about it. And here's the reason why. In December, they're opening up a new distillery, or at least that was the target date that I was told. They're building a new distillery. And so they'll increase their production, and you'll see more Fortaleza hitting the shelves. And when that happens, the price will come down. You'll be able to find it easily, and then you can buy it and enjoy it, and not have to pay these ridiculous prices and trying to chase bottles and all that stuff. It's good tequila, okay, but it's not the, bee's knees when it comes to tequila. There's other tequilas out there that I actually prefer more, okay? But it is a solid tequila. It's made well. I don't drink it. I don't chase bottles. I've got bottles here that I probably should have drank a long time ago that are sitting on my shelf, because there's other tequilas that I enjoy more and would drink more, and that are a fraction of the price and are really easy to find. So if you wait until next year, you'll be able to start seeing bottles showing up everywhere as they increase production and are able to keep up with demand. But don't do it now. Give it time. Give it 5-6 months, and then next year you'll see bottles popping up, and the price will come down because everybody will have it, and there won't be ridiculous prices on the bottles. Okay. So don't worry, you're not missing anything. You'll be able to try it. You'll be able to get some. Don't let FOMO rule things with you, and don't pay these ridiculous prices that people are asking for stuff, all right? So the only reason why it's hard to find is because they oversold it. They oversold it, and they are a small distillery and can't keep up with demand. That's the reason why. And then the hype got crazy, and then people are overpaying for things, and people are hoarding it too. The guys who went out, the prices on ferment and still, I keep talking to my supplier, and they're like, yeah, we have to jack the prices up on them real high, because otherwise what happens is one guy will come in and buy all 12, and I'm like, well, limit it to one bottle per person then, and see what happens. And they go, oh no, we did that, and then one guy came in and placed 12 orders right in a row for it and bought all 12 of them, and then they go into these Facebook groups and stuff and sell it for, $100, which is more than what they sold it for. And so they're like, well, we should make the money and then keep these guys from stocking up and reselling it. Instead, we keep the inventory and people that want to can get it. I'm like, all right, well, and people are buying it at these higher prices, which is crazy. It's crazy. But, hey, if they can make a little money doing it and be able to afford to get more inventory for the store and be able to get us some barrel buys and stuff with the money, then I'm all for it. I don't have a problem with it. I would try the high proof first and compare it to the normal one. Well, the normal one's not high proof. The normal one is 40%. So, if I want to compare it to the normal one, I'd have to dilute it down to 80 proof to 40%. So, Cimarron was a flunk for me. Arete is also awesome budget tequila. Yeah, Cimarron was rough for me. A regular Arete is rough for me too. And, people are like, well, those are good mixers. Yeah, they're good mixers if you want to mix with it. But for me, I think the better tequila you use for mixing, the better the margarita or the better the cocktail. So for me, it's like El Tesoro is my well tequila. That's what I use for mixing. I've got a lot of bottles of El Tesoro. When my wife says, hey, let's make margaritas today, I pull El Tesoro down and I make it with El Tesoro Blanco. And if she says, hey, I want Palomas, I pull El Tesoro Reposado down and we use El Tesoro Reposado for our cocktails. Cimarron is rough. I can't drink that. I can't sip that because it's just way too rough for me. It's made with a column still, which is like a vodka still, and it was basically meant as a tequila for restaurants to keep pouring costs down. It's not something that I have a bottle on my shelf. I did a review on it. I have a bottle over there. I drank a little bit, and I was like, "Yeah, no, I'm not. I don't like it." And so it just sits here on the shelf. But it's really rough for me. So it was a flunk for me too. Arete is decent. It's okay. The regular Arete is kind of rough for me as well. And then I prefer the Arete Artesano Suave. That's the one that I prefer. Amelca Altos is also a great option. I don't know if it's additive free though. It tastes pure to me. Doesn't seem like it's an additive. But Amelca Altos is okay. I mean, I don't go for the budget options because for me it's like, look, if I'm making cocktails, I want people to go, damn, I love going over to Mark's house because he makes the best freaking cocktails. And if I have people over, they're typically good friends of mine. I don't invite people over that and drink with that I don't like or don't want to have a good experience. So I don't buy cheap tequila to put in cocktails. I don't. Seriously. And for me, most of the people that know when they come over, we're pouring a glass neat and we're sipping, right? And I may open up my humidor and we'll pull out some stogies and stuff and we'll have some good stogies with some good sipping tequila. But we sip it neat. I don't do the whole cocktail thing. Matter of fact, I can't remember the last time I've done cocktails. So for me, I don't get into the buying the Altos or buying the Espolón or buying all that other stuff. That is only reason why you buy it's because it's cheap for cocktails. I don't do that. I don't. Still trying to get your hands on Tapatio Excellence. So don't worry, my friend. It'll be coming. They'll send another batch out. Just keep an eye on the stores. El Tesoro is one of my faves. I can sip that. Yeah, absolutely. You can sip that stuff. And if you try putting it in a margarita or a Paloma, it makes amazing cocktails. They're so good. So it's like, hey, you want to make a hamburger at home, you use good beef, right? You buy fresh vegetables, you chop them up for your toppings on your hamburger, you use a good fresh bun, and you enjoy your meal. I mean, why not do the same thing with cocktails? Why not buy a nice tequila? It's only $40 for the Blanco. Yeah, or you can even use the Carrera, the 40% Carrera. That makes amazing cocktails. I tried it out. And actually, if you guys haven't tried yet, the Carrera Still Strength Blanco, amazing in cocktails. I put some in a margarita, and you could actually still see the legs on the glass in the margarita. It was so good, and it was just agave all over the place. I'm gonna tell you guys a little story about this, okay? Because it's kind of funny. Is that I pick up Cascahuin's number 7. They said it tastes great. Was suggested. Yeah, number 7's not. And I mean, Cascahuin's is fine. I liked it better when they did the number 9 and number 10. I'm not a big fan of the number 7 line, but I haven't tasted the new stuff. They haven't sent it to me. I don't know why. They don't like the Hombre anymore or something, but I haven't gotten anything, so I can't comment on whether it's good or not now, because I haven't tried the new stuff out of the new distillery yet. But I did recommend the new distillery to them, so I was the one that introduced them to that distillery. So there's that, but they never told anybody that, so it's our secret, I guess. Margarita recipe, been experimenting with a few different types. It's easy. It's 2 ounces of tequila with, you take 1 ounce of agave nectar and 1 ounce of water, and you put it in a shaker and shake it up and dilute it down itself, so you'll have 2 ounces of an agave nectar solution. You put that in the glass or into a shaker, and then you do half a lime into a shaker, and then you shake it up over ice, and then you pour that over ice in a glass, and then you put a little salted on the rim, and there you go. So it's easy. There's no Cointreau, no orange juice. It's just agave nectar, lime, and tequila, 2 ounces of tequila, and it makes the best margarita. If you just simply Google Tommy's margarita recipe, you'll find it online. It makes the best margaritas, and you get the most representation of agave. My friend Julio Bermejo is the one that created that recipe, and it's epic. It's the best. So El Tesoro has me in a chokehold right now, the entire lineup. I don't know what that means, as in a chokehold, but I'm assuming that it means you love it. Is that what that means? I'm currently aging a few bottles of Lalo, made a Repa with a French oak stave, waiting on the Yeyo and the XA. Nice. No, those sound like some great projects. Are you a member of the Tequila Barrel and Agave Collective? If so, on the Discord, we have an aging thing. You should post pictures and share it with everybody. And for those of you that aren't familiar with the collective, I have a group that's called the Tequila Barrel and Agave Collective, where it's a Discord community. So in order to get the information about the buys and stuff too, you have to be on the Discord. You have to join the Discord. It's $10 a month. It's cheap. But then anytime we get like the allocated bottles that come in, like for example the Puntas that's coming in, or the anniversary Siembra Azul that's coming in, stuff, it goes to the members there on the Discord first. They get first shot at it, and if they buy it all up, then that's all that they get. Then it's gone. But it's also a great community where people share their buys, share their finds, ask questions, I answer. It's a really nice community, but you're not going to get the benefit from it unless you use the Discord group, unless you go to the Discord. It's not an email thing that'll tell you when the buys are coming in. All that information is posted on the Discord. And the reason why we went with Discord was because I used to do it email before. It was free. I used to do it email before. And a lot of people complained because they didn't get the emails because it went in their junk folder or something happened and it didn't arrive. And so instead, we created the Discord as a community where people can comment and talk, and we don't have any of the distractions that come from Facebook with all the negativity and stuff that's there. Instead, people can post in multiple different channels. There's multiple different topics. We have discussions. And then I can put all the information for the buys that we're doing on the special batches and stuff like that right there on the Discord, and people can find that information just by going to the Discord and looking under the channel. So it makes things a lot easier, and all the information is deposited in one place. So we have a really good community. Everyone's been really nice. A lot of good questions and a lot of good information that's being shared there. So if you're not a member, come join. It also helps support what I do, which I appreciate it. So, El Tesoro is okay. Was this Ruben says, I agree, hombre. I've been using better tequilas from margaritas than tequila old fashioned. Yeah, it's good. Use the good stuff. I mean, why put junk stuff? Just makes a junky margarita or whatever. What's the most complex Blanco you have tried to date? The most complex? I don't know what you mean by complex. The best Blanco that I had to date. You know, everyone thinks I'm biased on this. This is the best 40 proof Blanco that's out available now. And people can fight me on this or whatever, but the reason being is because, look, when I look for a good Blanco, I'm looking for agave, right? Agave's king. Everyone always says that too. Agave's king. Agave's king on everything. It's got to be agave. I want the taste of agave. And then we deliver a tequila that has the most agave flavor I have ever had in a 40 proof Blanco. I mean, you can't tell me you can find more agave in any other Blanco than what's in this Carrera Blanco or in this Carrera 54 Still Strength. It is an agave bomb. The agave flavor comes through. It's like taking a piece of agave out of the Orno and biting into it. There's so much agave flavor. It's ridiculous. And so that's what I look for, and that's what I rated on. Now, complexity, you can get a whole bunch of other different things in the Blanco, like fermentation, flavors that come through from fermentation and stuff like that. I don't look for that. I want as clean a fermentation as possible. And the reason why, my background is as a home brewer, is when your beer is being judged in a competition, the cleaner your beer is with no off flavors and stuff, the better. Now, it's kind of weird in the tequila world where it's like, okay, you can have some off flavors from some things and people call it complexity, right? I call it flaws. And for me, I want to taste cooked agave. So that being said, let's talk a little bit about the Carrera for a second, because I get a lot of people accusing me of things with this, and it's borderline ridiculous. I just have to kind of laugh. I'm going to tell you a little bit. I want to tell you about how this Carrera project came to fruition, okay? What basically happened is I reviewed the old Carrera, and it was good. But the reason why I reviewed it was because Mauricio Camarena Jr. reached out to me and said, hey, my dad is making a new tequila brand. And the reason why he reached out to me is because I've got a great relationship with the Camarena family, with Felipe, with Carlos, with the entire Camarena family. So he reached out to me and said, hey, my dad's making a new tequila. He loves it. We'd love to send you a bottle and have you review it. And so they sent me the Carrera Blanco and Repo, and I reviewed them, and they were good. So, and then I met Eduardo, which you guys know, Lalo Camarena, and then I met the older Mauricio, and we talked after that, and then the Yeyo came out, and it won a double bronze, and so they sent me a bottle of that, and I did the review of the Yeyo, and it was good. It was my favorite of the expressions that they did. Well, they said to me, they go, you know, Hombre, we really like your support, appreciate your support. We'd like to do something with you. What would you like to do? And I said, you know, I'd like the high proof Blanco, still strength Blanco. Are you guys open to doing that? And they said, yeah, let's do it. I said, okay, great. So I flew out on my dime to Mexico, and they presented me with some options for a high proof Blanco. And we tasted them. We're like, okay, these are good. And then I see, I'd like to see more agave flavor in them. And, I'd like to see something that's a little more, cooked agave in it, and, less heat and stuff like that. So they said, okay. So the next time I went out, I came back, and then they presented me a couple options. And one of them was this flavor profile. And what happened is I said to them, after tasting them and stuff, there was a clear winner, we were doing this blind. I didn't know which one was which, but we're tasting them, and I'm going, okay, this one here is freaking fantastic. It's amazing. This is the one we want. And they're like, yeah, we thought you'd pick that one. That one came out great too. We did exactly what you said. We're looking for the exact characteristics that you wanted, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, I'm even picking up some malolactic, a little bit of malolactic notes, buttery notes in there, but the cooked agave is just crazy in this, and it had legs for days on the glass. I was like, this is phenomenal. This is one of the best Blancos I've ever tasted. And they said, great, well, that can be that'll be the the one for you then. I said, oh, great. And they said, so, we'd like to honor you because of all the help and support you've given to our brand by putting a neck tag on it that says that, and calling it the Tequila Hombre edition. Would it be okay if we did this? And I said, absolutely. So they put a design a neck tag for me. And I said, just make one stipulation on there that I'm not being paid for this. I'm not receiving any monetary rewards for doing this, and that it's just a way of recognizing, the work that I've put into this. They said, okay, great. And I said, I tell you what, I like this tequila so much that I'm going to have the guys at Ferment and Still buy the whole entire batch. Originally, this was going to go out for distribution. We were going to buy some cases for the group and stuff, but I said, I like this so much that I want to make sure that everybody that wants it can get it, and that it doesn't just sit in the warehouse in a distributor, and I want to help the brand, so we're going to buy the whole entire batch. So we bought the whole entire batch. And now it's an exclusive at Ferment and Still. But it is the most amazing high-proof Blanco I have ever had. And I'm not saying that because I'm making money from it. I'm not saying it because they're paying me to say it. I'm saying it because it truly is. And those that have tried it would agree. And then, there's people that are, of course, putting reviews up that aren't very good on TMM. And it's not because they don't like the tequila. It's because they don't like me, which is fine. That's their way of getting at me or whatever. That's fine. I don't care. But if you haven't tried this Carrera still strength, high proof Blanco, try it. Don't let these other people stop you from trying it. Those that have tried it and those that have gotten it are saying it's excellent, and I think you will too. It's fantastic. And what happened is when we were waiting for this to get bottled and to get approval from the CRT and the TTB on the labeling and stuff, they asked if I minded if they diluted some down and used it for Blanco, since they were running short on Blanco. And I said, no, absolutely, go ahead. So after load 45, CTB 045, it is the flavor profile from the Still Strength in the Blanco as well. It's just diluted down to 40. And it is amazing. You'll find it's amazing. Okay, so there you go. I gave you the whole story. Man, tequila is more expensive down here in Florida. $50 for all the store around here. Same with G4. Yeah, well, it's all about the taxes. El Tesoro is at $34 at Costco. Am I like, yeah, you're allowed to say it. That's fine. Lalo is also around $50. Yeah, I got Lalo. I posted something on Instagram too, where if you bought 4 bottles of Lalo, it was $31. So I hope you guys saw that on Instagram. And if you're in Southern California, it's the Stater Brothers. So I went there, I bought 4 bottles because Lalo's great. I helped blow up that brand too. I mean, Lalo will tell you that I helped this brand tremendously, and he's a good friend of mine, and he owes me a batch at Still Strength. I have the only bottle of Still Strength Lalo in existence here. He gave that to me as a birthday present. So Lalo Gonzalez is a good friend of mine. He's a buddy. All good options though. Are those KZ earphone monitors? These are earphone monitors, but they're not KZ. I forgot the brand. I bought them on Amazon. I was using the big headphones before. I never liked the big headphones. I've always used in-ear monitors before, and these ones sound great. So I can look up and find out what brand I'm using. Hey, Hombre, what's your top 3 reposados? Also, have you tried the new Cascahuin's Repo? No, I haven't tried the new Cascahuin's Repo because they haven't sent me any new stuff yet. My top 3 repos, I mean, I don't like to say top 3 because it all depends on what kind of mood I'm in. But 3 repos that I recommend checking out is El Luchador Repo, which is phenomenal. It's great. The Santa Leza Repo is really good as well. And then also the Aguila Real Repo is phenomenal. So those are 3 good ones I recommend checking out. Have you tried Don Abraham Blanco or Villalobos Repo? Yeah, of course I've had Don Abraham Blanco. It's good. It's not phenomenal. It's not great. It used to be really good at $26 a bottle, but I wouldn't buy it now. But I think I actually have a review for that on the channel. So, only tequila you recommend that I haven't liked was El Tesoro Blanco. I prefer El Tequileño, Tapatio, G4, Volans, Mi Gente, Don Fulano. Just can't please everyone. Yeah, sure. What? Yeah. But I mean, if you haven't tried the Blanco again, try another batch. Maybe it just was one batch that you didn't like from El Tesoro. What is the most expensive Blanco you have bought, which you regret buying? It's the Siete Leguas Tecadas. I paid $130 for that, and it was not worth it. I was so mad. Between that and Wild Common, which was $90-something, which was not worth it either. El Tesoro and Tequila Ocho are the most agave-forward tequilas I can find in my area. We'll buy the Carrera tequila off of Ferment and Still, and then you'll see what agave forward is. Do you get an aftertaste with Siete Leguas Blanco? The one was also one agave for me. This one was also one agave for me. Aftertaste with no, I don't get an aftertaste with Siete Leguas. It does have a peppery kind of burn to it, but I don't get an aftertaste from it. Any idea where a Midwest guy could get a bottle of Fortaleza Low 150? No, I don't. Sorry. I don't chase Fortaleza bottles. Sorry if this is an offensive, but on a Discord group, they said you started promoting Carrera with an alt account on Reddit and that they caught you. Is this true? No. I haven't been on Reddit in months. So that's not true. I don't know who shared that with you on Discord, but I haven't been on Reddit in months. If it was somebody else talking about Carrera, then they found somebody else. So congratulations to them. What's the status of Yeyo Tequila? I was reading about it. It seems like they are struggling. No, I don't think they're struggling at all. I think they're doing really well. They're getting investors and stuff. The brand's doing really well. So I haven't heard anything about them struggling. They just bought 29 barrels to do more repo with. So I don't think they're struggling at all. Where did you hear that? That's weird. We bought a barrel of the Yeyo Reposado, single barrel Reposado. It was good. So where did you hear that that they're struggling? That'd be interesting to find out. But John Bollinger's a good friend of mine, and I know they're making another batch of Blanco, and they got the single barrel Yeyo Repo coming out. They have a Yeyo that's coming out, and they got all kinds of things going on. So as far as I know, and he's been spending a lot of time up at Vivanco's at 1414. So I haven't heard anything about that. So any idea on how the tequila industry can improve? That's a good question. I think that, well, I would like to see, additives be done with. I'd like to see the CRT do a certified additive free program, because they're the only ones really that can certify anything. I'd like to see additives be disallowed, like what happens with mezcals. You can't use additives. So I'd recommend that. I'd like to see that happening, and then I'd like to see the use of diffusers stop. I mean, now that agave is getting more available and less expensive, I'd like to see more less diffuser use. Now, it's kind of interesting. They use diffusers because they can use immature agave with them. But when I was in Mexico, on a trip to Arandas, I was sitting with the Benuelos family, and they were one of the first people to use diffusers for their tequila. What they told me they did, and they didn't notice any adverse flavors from it, is they were using it post Orno cooking and post roller mill. So they would cook the agave in the Orno. They would then roll it through the roller mill to get the sugars and stuff out of the agave fibers, and then they would then use the diffuser to extract the sugars and stuff from the fibers and get the rest of the stuff out. And they said they didn't notice any adverse effect from it at all. And so what happens is then they sold the distillery to Bacardi and Cazadores brand, and they just were taking the easier route and just chucking the whole agave into the diffuser without cooking them first and stuff. And so then it started producing a lower quality tequila. So I'd like to see those people with diffusers using it as an extraction tool after roller mills or after Teonas and after Orno cooking, and producing better quality tequilas instead of the garbage tequilas that are on the shelves at the grocery stores and stuff from Cazadores and Cuervo and stuff like that. Yes, okay, that's what I was just saying. Getting rid of additives and diffusers, exactly. What would happen if you infused Carrera 54 with cooked agave like in Curado? I don't know, but I mean, seriously, if you've tried it, it doesn't need any more agave flavor in it. For me, it's ripe with cooked agave flavor, so I wouldn't infuse it, but I don't know. If it's something you want to try, if you can get cooked agave, you can try it and let me know how it works out. I'd like to hear. Kind of like a third press. Yeah, it's like a third pressing for champagne grapes, where whatever's left, because diffusers are really good at extracting the most amount of sugars and stuff out of the fibers. So they used it, when roller mills are typically like 70-80% efficient. And so then there's 20% left in it. So if they can get 20% more yield by running it through a diffuser, it pays for the diffuser. And so that's what that's the way the Benuelos family originally did it. And when then they told, I forgot, the Gonzalez family, I think it was, that did Herradura, they told them about it and they got one, and they were doing the same thing as well. They didn't notice any adverse flavors in the tequila by doing that. And they've tested it, against the regular batch and stuff. They said that there was no adverse flavors, no adverse effects on the tequila. And it wasn't until they started just chucking the agave into the raw agave into the diffuser and then doing the hydrolysis later that the quality just goes way down. But it's also cheaper to do that than it is, less time consuming and cheaper to do that. Make a 2-tier agave juice system. I guess that's what it could be. Hey Johnny, what's up, Mark? Long time to see. Hey Johnny Soto, good to see you too. Yeah, it's been a while. I took the summer off, do stuff with family and get some things going for content, but I thought I'd come in and start seeing you guys. So we'll start doing this on a regular basis. I haven't picked a regular schedule yet, but that's probably going to be starting in September. We'll probably do these on a regular basis, and I'm thinking Wednesdays maybe. If you guys let me know like what days are better for you, we can pick a date and maybe do a couple of them a month. I was doing stuff on the Hombre Cave, but we need to get more people over there before we continue doing Hombre Cave stuff. I may do some other content that's less tequila related on the Hombre Cave channel, but this one will be the main one where we'll do the live streams, because we seem to get a good response and people seem to enjoy it. And then the interviews and stuff will be here as well on the Tequila Hombre channel. And then the members, people that are members, are the ones that get to talk to the guests when they come in. So we keep that for members only. So if you're not a member, you think about joining a member, becoming a member, and then you can ask questions when we have our guests on and stuff. So it should be good. I got some other things too I'll talk to you about. Have you tried Caballitas Serrano Puntas? I would think it has tons of agave flavor. I haven't tried it yet, no. But just because it's puntas doesn't mean it's all agave flavor. It depends too on how the fermentation went and stuff. So hey Mark, late to the party. Just wanted to say hi to everybody and you. It's been a while. Yes, hi Jan. It's been a while here. So I haven't been live in a little while this summer because I was doing stuff with my family. I was really incredibly busy. So I did try to answer you guys on the Discord and post stuff up on Instagram every once in a while. That's all I pretty much had time for, besides doing reviews on here every once in a while. But it's been really busy, but things are starting to get to the point now that my daughter's back in school that I have more time to do things like this and create more content, interesting ideas. So we'll see some more of me here. So roller to Ona in first tier for like first and second pressing for the champagne grapes. Then the diffuser juice is lower tier, sold off for other brands or other uses. Yeah, sometimes they do that. Sometimes they'll use the like Herradura will use it for their agave nectar that they make. So hey Todd Gilbert, what's up? Glad to haven't seen you in a while. Bienvenido, welcome back. Codigo arrived in Germany, but high prices, I think. A Blanco for $60, is it worth it? I'm not a Codigo fan, so I don't recommend Codigo. And that's because, for me, it's kind of harsh. It burns. I didn't like any of the regular expressions. I need to dive into some of the age stuff, the ultra age, the ultra extra neos and stuff. But I think that's probably where Codigo shines, is on the aged stuff, not the Blanco and Repo and Yeyo. All of those were really rough for me. I didn't particularly care for them. So we'll see. I mean, you can try it and tell me what you like, whether you like it or not, or if you agree it's kind of rough. A lot of people agreed with me when I did my review on Codigo. You can see it on the channel here, that they thought it was rough. It's not easy drinking. Is Cascahuin as good as it used to be? I don't know. I haven't had it in a while. They haven't sent me bottles. So I can't tell you. I can't comment on that. It's something you'll have to try and let me know. I know I introduced them to the new distillery. Now, I have a good history with Cascahuin, and I helped them kind of get recognized, blow them up a little bit, get people talking about them. When I reviewed the Blanco and said it was better than Fortaleza as far as the Valle goes. I was then friends with John Paul Fortunati, who's the CEO of Cascahuin. He used to come over to my house all the time and bring stuff and ask me to try things. And I was the one that came up with the Hoven, the first Hoven. We developed that in my kitchen. I basically, they brought a Blanco to me that went through fermentation too long, and it went into malolactic, and it was really, really, really like funky. And so I'm like, this is horrible. You can't drink this straight. So then he's like, well, what do you think we should do with it? And I go, well, you can age it, and that'll help, age out some of this flavor. But I said, but maybe let's try this. And so I started mixing a little bit extra Neo in with more Blanco to try to dilute it down and stuff. And then we tried it, and we're like, oh, wow, this is really good. So I created the idea of the Hoven and what to mix in it in my kitchen. And then that first batch was the best batch of Hoven that they've done. And then the second batch, it wasn't nearly as good. And then they can't make it anymore. So, because they don't have any more of that funky Blanco laying around. So, and then, they were with me on a trip to Mexico. They spent 10 days with me, and I took them around a bunch of different distilleries and stuff. And then I was talking to John Paul later, and he had said that they weren't happy with the distillery that they were at, and we were looking to make a change. And he was thinking about what they should do. And I said, well, why don't you talk to T-Tap, which is the place that we took them to that was doing Inspiro at the time. It's still Inspiro, it's still done there. And they also do Trace Agaves. And I said, they have a bunch of stuff. They can probably help you, and the partitas are great and stuff. He's like, that's a good idea. And so then they talked to him and ended up moving there. And so they didn't give me any thanks for helping us with this or anything, recognition for either of those. And then now John Paul hasn't talked to me except for to say he wants to come over to my house and drink my tequila and taste me through things. I'm like, I'm so busy right now. I've been busy, so busy. I haven't been able to do much of anything besides, what I'm doing with my family and stuff. So and then I have, the ferment and still I'm working with too. And we've been looking at stuff that's coming in, and I've been trying to organize with them on what to buy and who to buy it from. And it's like a full-time job. I don't have time really much to do anything else. So, I told him, I said, if you can just send me the bottles, I'll do a review of them. But he hasn't sent them, so I don't know. So we've been doing a review on Siembra Valla's Anniversary Joven. I will, when it comes in here in California. Yeah, I'll definitely do a review of it. We're supposed to be getting it in sometime before the end of this month, I think. So when it comes in, I definitely will do a review. Have you seen Curiosity Public's Tequila Blind Square Bottle Arete Reposado beat many top brands? I haven't seen that. No, they did challenge me, and I did do a response video for them, and it was fun. But I haven't seen that. I don't really watch them because they're more of a bourbon group. So. But I may challenge them to do a blind thing. I'll bring that up here in a second. So, what is this? Codigo Barrel Strength and Yeyo is an excellent pour. Yeah, the Barrel Strength and Yeyo, their age stuff I think is probably better. If you overage, you could probably do the same thing if you overage a product. Yeah. Hombre, can't remember seeing you do a review of Siete Leguas. The Antonio, your take, is it worth the $2.99? Yeah, I think it's worth it. It's a good extra Yeyo. Absolutely. I've been sitting on the first batch of the Joven. I bought two, drank one, really hesitant on opening last remaining bottle. Oh yeah, no, it's yeah, I would be hesitant too. It's good. They're not going to find another way to make any more of that. Have you tried the San Matias Anniversary XA yet? No, I'm waiting for my sample. Once I get the sample, I'll do the review. We have it up on Ferment and Still, and but they're supposed to get me a bottle of it. I'm supposed to have it this week, but I've been trying to get in touch with the ambassador to see what's going on, because I want to get that, guys. I want to get that up for you guys, especially those that are interested in buying the buying a bottle of it, because it sounds really good. It is going to be kind of special in fact too that the last barrel of Orgullo, which was a line that they made that was really good, that has been discontinued. The last barrel went into this blend, so it should be really good. And it's got Raysol, it's got San Matias Gran Reserva in it, the XA. It's got Pueblo Viejo in it. It's got a bunch of different, all their añejos blended into it, so it should be really good. So I said I was going to, I'm going to start doing some things now with the members. For those of you that are members of the channel, watch the videos that I do, because I'm giving away samples of some of the stuff that I do to members, so you guys can get samples of some of the stuff I review sent to you to try. And then I'm also just going to start doing some blind tastings. And so what I'm thinking of doing is I'll do a blind Blanco challenge where I'll pick 3 members and then send them sample bottles, and we'll do like blind Blancos, blind Añejos, and then we'll do a blind tasting on Instagram where you guys pick which one you like the best and stuff, and then we'll disclose. You're not going to know what Blancos they are or what Añejos or anything. You're not going to have any idea what they are, but you're just going to taste them and pick the ones you like best, and we'll go through tasting them, and then we'll see which ones come out on top. So that's going to be kind of fun. I think it'd be really interesting. It may open your eyes up to things that you think you don't like as much as others, and should be fun. So those of you that are members on the channel that have joined and have membership, I'll be selecting from you, so that should be really good. It looks very tasty. Have you tried an additive-free Blanco tequila that tastes so different you'd think it's another spirit? I have not, no. And sounds tasty. Yeah, it does sound tasty too. The CCO of San Mateas, who's a good friend of mine, his name's Umberto. You guys have seen him on the live stream when he was on here with Carmen Villarreal. He messaged me and goes, "Oh my God, Mark, you're going to love this stuff." He goes, "It's so good." And one thing that I've always liked about San Mateas is that all their añejos and extra añejos and stuff, the agave is always there. It's always there. They don't ever overage it over the agave. It's always there. So I'm looking forward to tasting this and seeing what this one's all about. I'm really excited. So hopefully they'll get it to me this week, which the guy said he would, but I haven't heard from him yet. And tomorrow is like the last day of the work week. So hopefully, if not then, he'll get it to me this weekend, because I will be leaving for Mexico a week from Monday. So it's going to be a busy time. So, all right, guys, that's pretty much it for today. I've got to go head out and do some more work. Like I said, I'm really busy with things that are going on. So, like I always say, life is too short to drink bad tequila. So, let me see. Have you tried adding a few drops of bourbon to tequila to make it taste? No, I haven't. I haven't done that. Like I always say, life is too short to drink bad tequila. So keep following what I recommend, trying what I recommend, and you'll be in great shape. Salute. Bye, guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Give me a like for the information.